Hey guys, Arcade Greg here. I wanted to give y'all an update of the modifications and the new cab I picked up today and some of the new games I got for the Play Choice, and I got some questions on some of my modifications on my Play Choice, so I was going to go through those questions. So on the Golden Tee, all I've done so far, I've been waiting to update the screen from a 15-inch to a 19-inch LCD. But y'all seen on a previous video, I put the plexiglass in to cover the monitor selection buttons. Didn't want anyone fooling with that. I installed a 3-inch 120 volt fan here. As I noted on a previous video, the speaker that was mounted here was much too loud. I unwired it and wired in a 1-inch speaker from a computer, which is much more quieter, and then I just mounted the fan so it's blowing cold air, so kind of like when you're bowling, you can keep your hand cool. I think I have it. Yeah, I have it off. Let me see if I can prop this up properly. Get a light going for y'all. So there's the fan. It's wired in straight to the high voltage in the vac, and there's the small speaker right there, and as previously noted, I cleaned the tracking ball up because it wasn't working, and now it's working just fine. This is a beloved game by the neighbors so far. I'm going to screw that back in. I'm trying to order a, like I said before, this isn't a real marquee. This is hardwood. You couldn't shine a light through it. So I'm trying to order off of a guy off of K-Love. He's got a Golden Tee 97 tournament edition marquee. So I was going to make like a little makeshift marquee up here and put a lighting in it, drill a hole and wire it in, so it had a real marquee on it. And I was going to put down here, before the hinges were broken, when I got it, and I installed new hinges for the door to open up, but I was going to install a fake coin acceptor to make it more authentic looking. But so far we love this game. And then we'll move on to the Pac-Man. I still haven't wired in a switch for the marquee light to turn off, but I did wire in a switch for the monitor, so we'll take a look at that. Oh, wrong way. Maybe I had it the right way the first time. So, let's shine a light on it. There's the switch for the monitor, and I was going to wire in one for the marquee. So if you turn this off, you should see the screen turn off. And that's just when I want to, look, it got all fuzzy. That's just when I want to leave the game running and turn the monitor off when I go do something. So I'm going to wire in a switch for the marquee also, so I can shut that off while I'm playing. But I cleaned all this up. The coin mechs didn't come with it, and I got those, and all the springs were missing, so I replaced all the springs. And it's missing the security covering for the coin bucket. But there's the service switch is that one. Sorry for the lighting. And the red one is the free credit switch. But we can turn the monitor back on by flipping the switch on. See the burn-in I was talking about earlier. And there goes the monitor. I also have a fan in this one too, in the bottom, that I don't know if I can catch it on camera. You can catch the wheels I installed, so it moves around real easily. I'm gonna do that to all the games, but the fan is underneath, sucking in cold air, and it delivers out the hot exhaust air through the back vents. So then y'all seen in a long video the Play Choice 10. I've gotten some new games in since last time. 1942 came with it. I just got Mike Tyson's Punch-Out in. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 came with it. Mega Man 3 came with it. Tecmo Bowl came with it. Excitebike came with it. Dr. Mario came with it. Super Mario Brothers 2 and 3 came with it. And Pinbot came with it. But oh yeah, people were asking about the switches that I wired in. It's the same type of switch that I wired in for that you just saw in the Pac-Man. Let's see if the fuzziness will go away on it. That's horrible. Horrible lighting, I'm sorry y'all. So y'all can see the 5 switches underneath there. And like I said before, the one all the way on the right controls the main game board. So it powers the game board, the DC power converter, and the fans. The next one to that is the monitor. The next one to that is the audio. The next one to that is the marquee. And the next one to that is the DC lights. So you can see if I turn the last one on, the DC lights will come on. And turn it off, they turn off. Same thing for the marquee up there. You can flip the switch on for the marquee. Marquee pops on. Audio, there's no audio going right now, but we can get into a game and show that one. Monitor also, show the monitor. Cuts out. So I ended up getting that from the previous video. I was talking about a width problem. I ended up getting a ferrite screw and installing it, and it's helped, but it hasn't completely fixed it. Let's see if I can show y'all again. With Super Mario Brothers 3. Start. It's still got the gap, but at least now I can see this side of the screen, whereas before this was the gap and this side of the screen was pushed all the way right. Now that I got the ferrite screw, I've been able to adjust it so we can see both. But another user on KLove had messaged me about adjusting the width cap, so I think that's what I need to do, change the width capacitor to make the width bigger. And they have a formula on the Real Bob Roberts of how to do that. But we'll go back out to the game screen. I've covered the reset button with a plastic cap because we kept hitting it during really intense games of Tecmo Bowl, and it's upsetting when you do that. So I cover it with a cap so you don't accidentally reset it. But the only new game you see here is Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. The other new games that I got are over here. Tennis, the Goonies, which came with the cabinet, baseball, Double Dragon, and Trojan. And I installed the key lock for the back. Of course, it's got screws in there, but if you take the screws out, it still won't open unless you open the key. And here is the new one that I picked up today from KLove, a user, Bottle Junkie. I'm super excited about it. We talked for a while. He's a great guy, and you know, he didn't want to hide anything on the deal, which even with the problems that it's got, it was an excellent deal that he gave me. So I'm super pleased. You know, I mean, as you can see, here's one of the things he pointed out, and another one up here. But you know, it's not like that's big deal to me. But there are a couple of modifications I'm going to make to it, just like I made to the other games.